Hi everyone. I hope this video finds you well and at peace. And if you're not at peace, may it bring you some. So, come along. They call them king's pine because back in the day of the first colonial settlements, when Britain laid claim to this part of the country, they would go through the forest and put a stamp on the king's pine, marking them for use for their masts on their ships. And if you were caught cutting these down, then you would be punished. Here's perspective. But to give you a perspective, she wouldn't stay long enough. There's two more. And so this property was developed in the 1970s, and I assume that this swing set was put up in the 1970s. White pine just grew right around it. And I don't know. And then the other side, if you could see it, the other side is not in the tree. It's just there. So, not a very safe swing set. But we just left it alone because a relic of the old days. The good old days, the 70s. Here's another one. This is a smaller one compared to the ones I just showed you. Here's another one. And they, a lot of the times they grow. Well, see how that one is split? Not split, but there's a term for it. I'm not sure what the term is. School arm, where two grow together, and then one sometimes gets weak, and it'll crash down. What a sound that would make! And this right here is the evidence of one of the trees fallen down, but this is a big one. But see, it looks like a single tree, and then it splits, and then there's three, and then right there you can see where the pileated woodpecker has enjoyed some bugs, and that weakens that part of the tree, and eventually that will come crashing down and feed the forest floor. And so this property was harvested for timber at one time, and we're assuming that it was probably back in the 70s, because here's a stump from a harvest, and they're kind of scattered around this part of the forest. So yeah, interesting. Let me show you other evidence of timber harvest. So this is evidence of timber harvest from a very busy harvester of forest timber, not a human being, but a beaver. So this is from 2 years ago. They were really busy 2 years ago. And look at the size of this tree. This is a poplar tree. I know in where I come from, in Colorado, we would call it an aspen. But these poplar trees get, gosh, 250 feet tall. And we couldn't believe that the beaver actually, cut this down. But what they do is they cut it down and then they eat the tips of it. The top of the tree, they harvest the top, and then they harvest all the limbs. So they fell this tree and it gets stuck up in some of the other trees. So they go down and they find the tree that it's stuck in and they take that tree down. I mean, they're very clever. And then they harvest the tips of the tree. And yeah, they make a mess, but they deserve to live here too. They did at one time have a season on beavers, or they trapped them because they can really change the landscape. I'll show you what they've done. So at one time, this was all forest, and they've dammed it up, created a habitat for waterfowl. Because a spring runs from right behind our house, and our house is just right there, maybe 200 feet. Anyway, there's a spring there, and that runs into here. And so this is why they came around, because of the water. But I find this place very interesting. It's one of my favorite places. This is not our property. So many different colors and contrasts. And in the winter, of course, this freezes right over. And Lacy and I walk over to the beaver home. Let me show you where it is. Purple asters are coming into season. That is a medicinal. I don't know the properties of it. It's a daisy family, so similar properties to a daisy. So this kind of a boulder is all over the state of Maine, more towards the coast, less up north. What you doing down there, baby? When we first moved here, she was 4. she climbed right up on this rock. I don't think she's the one gonna want to do that now. She doesn't have that. She's gonna come up? Are you gonna come up? You can do it. Come on. Come on. Good girl. Oh, you're so brave of us. She loves to get up high and look at stuff. Oh, careful though. Oh, she's making me nervous. She's not as stable as she used to be. She's a good girl. Good girl. Wait. Shh. She hears Papa working. This is mostly maple and birch. Some fir, but it's mostly maple forest. Small maple. Are you ready to go back? You like it up on the rock? So now it's the first week of November and an unusually warm day for up here, about 69. But, you know, the time has changed, so we're in more darkness than we are light, and preparing to go inward for the winter. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care.